Hey guys, Alicia here. I am going to show you how to make a distressed font. Before we get into it, if you have not already done so, please subscribe to my channel and also hit that bell notification so you do not miss out on any future videos that I will upload. I am all about making money online and making passive income online. Okay, so before I even get into this, I want to say that there are many ways to distress a font. I have even seen it done where people take a white piece of paper and they will crumple it up and then they'll undo it and then they'll crumple it up again and they take a picture of it and they send it to themselves and, you know, they kind of use that as like the overlay. There's just tons of ways. I've seen people do it with a paintbrush. I've seen people do it so many different ways. So I'm going to show you a couple of different ways of how to do this. And I also want to explain that there are so many different types of distressed fonts. So it just depends on what you want. I highly recommend that you either get on Creative Market or Etsy and look for a distressed overlay. That to your liking, you know, whatever you would like. So there's just different ways to distress it. Now, I don't know that I recommend this for like vinyl cutting with your Silhouette or your Cricut, but this would be good for printing or screen printing. I'm going to actually try it on some scrap pieces of heat transfer vinyl and take like an old t-shirt and just practice and see how that works out. And once I do that, I'll let you know how it turns out. So you can also, if you don't want to purchase them, you can do a Google search for, a distressed overlay. However, just make sure it's not copyrighted. And if it does belong to someone, please always, when in doubt, give credit to the designer or the website that it belongs to. So I'm going to go to edit a photo and I'm going to show you the first step that we need to do before we can even do this. So I have found that working with more black and less white works much better than working with white. Okay, so right here, we want to take this and we basically want to invert it. So we are in the iPicky editor right here, and if you just scroll down here to the bottom, it's going to say invert right here. When you click that, all that does is it swaps the white for the black and the black for the white. And then you want to save this image to your computer and you can save it wherever you like. When I do videos, I save it to my desktop and then I later go back and put it in a folder. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is, I'm going to click over here. We need to create a design. We're just going to make some font so I can show you how to distress it. And I'll show you a couple of different ways. And I'm just going to type some text and we're going to kind of change the font. Okay, so I'm just going to type distressed. And we're going to go change our font here. Okay, and at this point I'm going to make this really big so everybody can see. Okay, So at this point, we're going to go ahead and we're going to save this image. Okay. Now I'm going to jump back over here on, I have two tabs of iPicky open right now. So I'm going to actually open and we are going to upload the distressed font, but I've actually already done that. So we're going to click right here and we're going to click to edit this distressed. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to click over here to our layering tool, which is like the three little stacks of paper on top of each other. Okay, and we are going to click to add a photo, and we are actually going to upload the distressed photo that we just inverted. And I've also done some more, so I'm going to just show you like some differences here. Okay, so it really depends on what you like and how you really want this. Okay, so if this image right here is actually the same image as this, only they're inverted. And we want more black than we do white. Okay, so what we want to do is go over here and we're going to make this really big, and there's a reason for that, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. Okay, so we just made that really, really big, and we are going to click to lighten, or you can also click add. So I'm just going to click lighten. Okay, well, this is distressed, but you can also take this and move it around and get it exactly how you want to do it. So as you can tell, like right over here on the E, it's just a little bit too much. And, you know, we want it to be distressed, but we don't want it to be just too much. So it all really just depends on how you want this done. And I mean, you can even upload two of these if you want, and, you know, you can kind of have like a little bit of distressed like over this way, and then you could add more. It's however you want to do it. Okay, so and then you can also fade that a little bit if you want, or you can make it a little bit brighter. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to keep it about right here. Okay, so that actually is our display. So we're going to click apply. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and save this image, and then I'm going to show you a different way to make it. Okay. So now we are going to go ahead and we're going to go back into iPicky.com, and I'm going to show you just a different way to do this. We're going to click on Edit a Photo, and we're going to go back to that picture that says distressed with just the font on it. And I'm going to show you how to do this with the paintbrush as well. So we are going to go to our photo library, and we are going to open up our distressed photo. Now right here we are going to click on Painter. Okay, right here there are so many brushes that you can choose from, and I really kind of took a liking to this one right here. It is 80 and it kind of looks like this. So you can choose the diameter of your brush, you know, the spacing. There's just so many things that you can do, and you can also choose your opacity, and I kind of take that down just a little bit. So I'll kind of just show you a little bit of how that works. Oh, I forgot to tell you almost. Let me undo this. You need to change the color to white. Okay. So we're just going to kind of click a little bit here, and this way you have a little bit more control over how you're doing it. And once again, I'm going to go back into this brush and change it to just a little bit smaller of a diameter. And I kind of really like this way because it's like you're doing it yourself, and you're really creating that sort of distressed look. And you don't have to be so, perfect about it, because distressed is not, that's not what it's about. It's kind of, and there's also lines. You can do this with lines, and there's just so many ideas that you can do. So there's another way to distress it a little bit if you would like. And, once again, there's so many different ways to do it. If you would like, please comment in the comment section below if you have any questions, and I would be happy to show you another way, how to do this. It depends on if you want lines, if you really want the grunge look, other ways, Actually, come to think of it, I think I have one more way to show you how you can actually do it. And that's by going to your textures, and you can just kind of see what you have on textures. So you can go here to the grunge, and let's see here. And is what we would want to do here is hit lighten, but then that makes it a color. But you can also choose right here, ignore texture color. So you can do this, and then you can click lighten, and then that also gives that a distressed look. You can choose this pattern, ignore texture color, and then you can click to lighten, and then that really does kind of lighten it. So we're going to go ahead and cancel that, and let's try a couple more. Let me find another. Here's a good texture right here, and then we'll just click to lighten, and then that also gives it a distressed look. So once again, it's just all a matter of preference and how you actually want your distressed look to actually look. So, there's just so many ways to do this. You really just kind of have to get on here honestly and just play around with it. That's the best thing I can say. You can add, you can even do like a hard light and just erase that background if you wanted to. You can multiply, lighten. There's just so many other ways to do it. So, I think I liked, out of all those, I'm trying to find, I think it was one of these, or, I think it was this one right here. Yeah. So I think I kind of like this right here. But once again, there's just so many ways, and that's really not distressed as what I just showed you a little while ago. So you get more of that with your grunge textures, and you can click to ignore all these colors right here if you want to. And when you click to ignore the color, and then you click screen, that kind of gives it that look too. So this is really a good distressed look. You know, right here, if you can see the cracks right here. This is a really good distressed look if you were doing printing of any sort, but you know, not so much probably for vinyl cutting. I hope this video was helpful to you. Please leave your questions and comments in the comment section below. I do know that this is done better on Photoshop, but once again, my videos are targeted at using your design skills without having to spend, you know, any money, if any money at all, or very little money. So I really do try to do that. So I hope those 3 ways were helpful. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day.